walls too close, the world too wide, a ghost unseen, passing time. She crossed the line from dark to seen, a spark against the dark inside. From the silence, a signal rose through the static, 1,000 souls. We are the lost, the strange, the seen, united by the screen between. Raise your voice, you're not alone in these pixels. We found a days turned years, encoded skies, every stream a thread of trust. Names became more than a chat, hearts behind each avatar. She learned that strength is letting show the cracks where hidden lights can glow. From the silence, a signal rose through the static, 1,000 souls. We are the lost, the strange, the seen, united by the screen between. Raise your voice, you're not alone in these pixels. We found a to the outcasts, the quiet minds, to the ones who never fit the lines. You are more than what they said, more than voices in your head. From the silence, a signal rose. Now a storm of beating souls. We are the lost, the strange, the seen, no longer trapped in between. Raise your voice, let it be known. Every screen's a stepping stone. So if you're lonely, we're unheard, step through the dark, take one small stand. You might just build a promised land.
Hi everyone! Hey Harley, hey Clumsy, hey Captain Shotgun, hey Grim. Alright, it might be a short stream today, but I wanted to go through this now before later, because this video from Bao got released only like 15 hours ago, and I already feel late to the party, so let's get to it. This is Bao's response to the whole controversy around Sykkuno, which she was very much involved in, but we couldn't quite catch that paper trail, right? So she's going to give her perspective on her involvement, and we're gonna go through it. Vixey for lunch, exactly! It's Vixey for lunch today. I mean, I'm not against doing this hour or this time slot more often, it's just not what I've done, so. There was a time that I used to stream at this hour. It was a long-ass time ago. I think I got a lot more Europeans back then than Americans, which is the majority of the audience at the moment. Let's get into it. Let me know how you feel, guys, because I feel a few things about this. First off, she shows up, it's a 10-minute stream on her Twitch that's not even re-uploaded on YouTube, which she also is pretty popular on YouTube. So I don't know what's up with that. She also shows up without her model, which I think can mean a lot of different things. I feel like, in a way, people could say that it's cowardice, right? She could be hiding, by not showing her model, because then we're missing facial expressions, we're missing some of her, right? Usually when people are not showing their face, it means something. It means, you know, it feels like they're hiding. On the other hand, the thing with VTuber models that makes a slight difference from facecam streamers is that the model doesn't exactly give justice to the facial expressions that you're making, especially when you're talking about a serious subject. And that is why I don't really blame her that much for not showing her model or herself or whatever you people might criticize her for. It makes sense because it's kind of hard for people to take you seriously when you have a model that tends to smile more, right? Even when you're in resting face, right? So yeah, I kind of understand not using her model because it could mean that she's not taken as seriously, and so she only uses her voice to convey her perspective. So I don't actually blame her for this move. I'm not sure if other people have, but it is different because if you look at her channel, she always shows up with her model. I mean, it's interactive, it's engaging, it makes sense to use it on a daily basis, but maybe for this, I don't think it's such a bad idea to not use her model. So that's the first thing I noticed. There was that VTuber that was talking about her family passing in the war, and the model did not work there, so I get that. Right, exactly. There are a few instances where maybe using the model doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, hello.
Let's go through it.
Can everyone hear me? Am I pretty clear right now? Good, okay. I'm just gonna go right into it. A few weeks ago, a girl approached me, and she asked if a tweet I made last year was about, we all know who, and
okay, so I don't agree, with a streamer with the experience that Bao has to start a conversation and not be clear as to who you're talking about. She basically goes this whole 10 minutes talking about people and not naming them. And then at the end, she's like, oh, I don't want to name people because I don't want to stir the pot. Dude, if you're going to talk about something that's serious, name the names, name the people, dude. Otherwise, who the hell knows who you're talking about? People might misinterpret, they might send it to a whole different path. Like, if you have to talk about it, at least use proper names so that people know who you're referring to. Anyway, it's very frustrating. At some point, she does mention Sykkuno, so that makes it even more shady. Even if it's not on purpose, maybe she slipped when she used his name, but it just gets so confusing because it's many girls that she ends up talking about. And a guy, and you know, and everybody knows, and no, everybody doesn't know. Just say the freaking names.
And she revealed to me that it was her boyfriend. If it was true that the tweet was about her boyfriend.
Okay, so let me explain. Again, I don't understand why she's not more clear. There's plenty of people that are watching her at that moment that don't know what's going on. Like, come on. Anyway, it's fine. Whatever. So at some point last year, she tweeted something along the lines of, yo, small female content creators, be careful, because there's like big male content creators out there trying to like get with you and use their clout to mesmerize you and star eyes, whatever. So please be careful, right? Again, not naming any names. She was like, you know, putting that tweet out there as a warning, I guess. Obviously, people make their own interpretations, which is why you should know names. Anyway, she should name names. But anyway, so this girl reached out to her. This is what the story that she's telling. This girl reached out to her saying, oh, perhaps was that tweet last year about my boyfriend? And Bao ends up saying, yes, it is about your boyfriend.
I said yes, and I asked her if she would like to join.
Let me be honest, since she isn't being, you know, clear. We're talking about Sykkuno. Sykkuno and his girlfriend. The girlfriend was the one that reached out to her.
A Discord call with me, And
so they go on a Discord call.
in that call, I told her what I've heard from other girls. Girls often at various, events where I meet people, they share with me their negative experiences with him, and that he often tries to solicit sex from them. At this point, I felt that it wasn't right of me to speak on anyone's behalf. So instead of me going straight into the details that were shared in confidence with me, I got her in contact with girls who were affected by this person to share their experiences with her one-on-one.
Okay, so when the girlfriend reaches out to Bao and has confirmation that she was talking about her boyfriend in that tweet, Bao then decides to connect the girlfriend with other girls that have mentioned being in contact with Sykkuno. Now, I don't think this is exactly a bad decision. I feel like instead of Bao telling everybody else's story, it makes more sense for the girlfriends to talk directly to the people who have been mentioning Sykkuno and having complaints and talking about sexual interactions and flirtatious encounters, right? I think it makes a lot more sense for the girlfriend to hear it directly from the people who have complaints than from Bao, right? Because Bao's not involved in any way. Only thing that Bao is saying is that, listen, these girls have been telling stories, and that's how I know, and that's why I tweeted something out just to put the warning out there that the girls should be careful, right? So I don't necessarily think that's a bad course of action, If you're trying to do the right thing, then this is not the worst thing that you can do.
At that point, I just got them in contact with each other. And after our phone call, I don't know what was divulged between the conversations between her and the other girls.
So she didn't mediate. She wasn't part of the conversations. She wasn't in the calls where the girlfriend was talking to the other girls. Bao was like, here are the contacts, get together, I'm out, right? So that's not, that is the right thing to do in that situation. Mr. Boom Boom Pow, thank you so much for the $1.99. How are you doing, sir?
More so focused on her safety. She shared with me that she was wanting to move out that week. And during that time, I tried my best to keep in contact with her and make...
Okay, so the girlfriend, after finding all these things out, is saying to Bao that, listen, I'm out. I'm moving out. I want it to happen right now. And Bao apparently is in a position where she wants to support that. And she's even going to show us a screenshot of how she
gave her as much
supported.
Help as possible to make the move as fast and smooth as possible.
So when she says supported her, she means with information. So apparently Bao had moved out previously as well, not long before this, and she gave her all the information that she could in terms of you can do this and buy some tape and boxes of different sizes and how to get in contact with the truck people, whatever, blah, 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 right? Now, the thing that's not clear to me is the relationship between Bao and the girlfriend at this point. Was it really just a girl that reached out of nowhere? Or were they friends? Let me just try to understand how she said that at the beginning.
A few weeks ago, a girl approached me.
Okay. A few weeks ago, a girl approached me. That to me tells me that it's a random person that she didn't know before. It's someone that she wasn't in contact with. It wasn't someone that she had any sort of friendship with. It was just a girl that reached out that made it clear who she was. But how the message of the girlfriend ended in the Google Doc? Wait. The Google Doc does not include any messages from the girlfriend. When I say girlfriend, we're talking about Sykkuno's girlfriend. The messages that the screenshots that we see of messages in the Google Doc is of the girls outside the relationship. So, which is Hemomal and Alphelia.
You know, telling her pretty much everything that helped me a lot with my recent move. As you all know, I recently moved. That was, you know, it's a lot, especially in a short amount of time. And she shared with me that friends from out of state would be flying in to help her move. But at the last minute, she decided to talk to her boyfriend. She broke no contact. She wanted to stay. And I, there's, after,
That is interesting. Let me go check. Listen, yesterday we tried to get the doc open and we couldn't. Someone had either deleted it or something. So let me check if it's still up. Because that would be interesting, because that would mean... Where's the doc? Oh, here it is, guys. It's back up. I'm not sure if it's been edited, though. Heavy traffic in this file. Holy crap. People are going through it. All right, so is there a message? Okay. Wait. So far it's only Alphelia and Hemomal, and then at some point we see a message. I'm sorry to bother, but I heard something recently that was a bit concerning, and I thought I would just come ask you about it. I heard there's a possibility, an instance of Sykkuno trying to get VTuber girls up to his... Okay, wait. Bao told me that at the end of March, Sykkuno's girlfriend reached out to her regarding a controversial tweet Bao made last year. She asked Bao if it was true that the tweet was about Sykkuno. They called, and Bao explained to her that other women had confided in her about similar experiences. She described a pattern of behavior where he targeted small female creators and pressured them into having sex with him. Bao then offered to connect her with these other victims so that they could share their experiences with her directly. This was all discussed during a Discord call. Now, if this is a screenshot of the girlfriend reaching out to Bao, I'm not sure why Hemomal would have it. And that makes it a little... That does mean that Bao did go a step further than just connecting people, right? Because that's providing screenshots. That is providing context for Hemomal's Google Doc. That is participating in the Google Doc, right? So, yeah, at that point, it feels like it's a little bit further than what she makes it seem in her 10-minute live stream. But let's keep going.
Helping her, doing what I could. I'm sure her friends also shared the same sentiment as me. We all tried our best to help her out of a very difficult situation, but it was, there was nothing anyone could really do. It was her decision.
Oh, crap.
And
my browser
I think
broke again.
the only...
I'm not sure why this happens. But the thing is, this also doesn't match with the words that the girlfriend uses in her recent, in Sykkuno's tweet. So let's go look at that. So in the message from the girlfriend, which is the second part, she says, "It deeply hurts me that I wasn't given a choice in that, or even, wait, no matter how broken I am, I never wanted this to be public. It deeply hurts me that I wasn't given a choice in that, or even just warned that this would be happening at all. I didn't want this." So I think she's referring specifically to Hemomal's Google Doc. Because, okay, even after the fact, I wish they would have at least checked in on me or checked how I felt about everything, but I haven't heard anything from the people involved since all this came out. I understand that those involved with him have been hurt as well, but I don't believe my feelings were considered in this situation at all. Which is strange for her to say, because apparently there was a contact established between these girls and the girlfriend before the Google Doc came out. Now, is she referring simply to the fact that Hemomal, for example, didn't warn her that the Google Doc was going to come out? Or is there more to it? You guys understand what I'm saying? Also, the name of the girlfriend was leaked. The girlfriend did arts work to Bao, and she's representing things like a random girl reached out to her. Right! Exactly. That's how I feel as well. She said, a girl reached out to me. And there was a previous established connection between them, if what you're saying is correct.
Anything I could do at that point was respect it and left it at that. But not long after, this is her deciding not to move.
Okay, so this was a message from the girlfriend, Sykkuno's girlfriend, to Bao, after they had already been in contact, and after she had said she was going to move out. It turns out she was like, "Hi, Bao, I'm sorry it's been a bit since I've gotten back to you. I want to let you know what's going on, but I imagine it will probably be confusing for you to hear." She says, "Essentially, before I left, I decided to go see, I guess, Sykkuno. Something was pushing me to see him before I left, so I decided to go. I don't think..." She blurs the names out, but then she ends up saying the name later in the live stream. But okay, I don't think it's helpful for me to go into details, but basically I was shown some things that really made me doubt my decision on leaving. After talking with him for a long time, and after seeing these things, I decided it wasn't the choice I wanted to make anymore, so I didn't end up leaving.
And, you know, I feel like I had did what I could to try and get her out of a very awful situation. But again, you still have to respect your friend's boundaries. And
now, she calls her a friend. She's not just a random girl that reached out to her weeks ago anymore. It's a friend. So wait a minute. Did she become friends in those weeks? Doubt it. Was she a friend to begin with? Probably.
if that was her decision, that was her decision. So I left it as that at that. But then, not long after, a VTuber would contact my mod for completely unrelated.
Again, not mentioning names, but she was referring to Hemomal VT. You're welcome.
Thing. But coincidentally, while they were chatting, she mentioned going on a date with Sykkuno. And I was pretty alarmed because in her last message to me, she was shown things that made her doubt her decision on leaving. So, it seemed that things were looking up for their relationship, but that didn't make sense because the VTuber showed me and my mod screenshots of him talking to her as early as 30 minutes ago at this point in time. And
right, so from Bao's perspective at this point, this other VTuber reaches out and she has proof that she's been talking to Sykkuno literally 30 minutes previous, while at the same time she's getting from Sykkuno's girlfriend that they're trying to repair their relationship. So Bao is like, okay, there's some things happening that aren't making sense.
So I went back.
Yeah, this is Bao's live stream, 10 minutes, only a 10-minute live stream from 15 hours ago.
To the girlfriend and told her, hey, do you know anything about this VTuber? She said no. And I told her, I really think you should ask your boyfriend to see his DMs with her, and decide for yourself, you know, like, is he really being honest with you? At that point, I'm still just doing what she's requested of me. She wanted to talk.
So Bao is like getting really involved, and this is why details are important, because if you are friends with someone that is going through this with their boyfriend, then you're probably going to get more involved than if it was a random girl just reaching out to you. Does that make sense, guys? Because the way that she's getting involved does tell me that this is not just a random person, that you care about them, that you're giving them advice, you know? Like, she's saying, oh, you should really check his DMs because there are all these other girls that you don't know about in his DMs right now.
To the girl,
and it offers us a lot more context if you tell us that she's your friend and not just a girl that reached out to you weeks ago.
I put them in a group chat and I immediately left. I felt that this was much more than I bargained for. You know, I was already feeling like I was at my wit's end. I can't really force anyone to make the right decisions or do anything they don't want to do.
Right, so in Bao's mind, the right decision would have been to leave the guy, Sykkuno, but she's not going to force anyone to make the right decision.
And I felt that, you know, I've done what I could while respecting everyone's boundaries. And that is what I felt was the right thing to do. I, of course, have known for a while, as well as a lot of other people, that this guy's kind of just, he's no good. And I felt that.
So now she names him, but she's not named anyone before this.
That, you know, hey
Riley, hey Red.
I already kind of had my taste of what I guess would happen if things went public. That's, again, like, everything that I did to this point was completely private, and I'm not really sure what else I can share or divulge to prove that I am, I guess, like a lot of people are making my role out to be a lot more than it actually was. I honestly just got these girls in contact with.
Not true. Not true. You legit participated in the Google Doc outing Sykkuno, because there is a screenshot that only you could have provided. So that is more involvement. And people respect, or at least I respect, accountability. And there's not much that I disagree with in your actions, Bao. And there's a lot of things that seem to have good intentions behind it. But just be honest. Tell us the extent of everything, because if we find out later, then it's going to look shady. The fact that you shared the screenshot does mean that you were involved, you know? You're not just connecting people saying, oh, I heard something, here you go. Or here, start a group chat with these girls. Yeah, you did all that, but you did more than that.
Each other.
Your screenshot that you provided got used to expose someone in a Google Doc. that millions of people are looking at right now.
And I didn't have to, but I did because, well, it seemed like at this point, since so many girls were involved, they should at least be in contact with each other. And also, my biggest thing is it's not really my place to speak on behalf of anyone. I don't think nothing. I'm personally not a victim. I personally have never been in a situation with this guy, but these other girls have. That's pretty much all I have to say. Sorry if things are a little jumbled. I don't want to mention any more names and add fuel to the fire. I think that emotions are really high because people are hurt and confused.
I don't want to name any names, but literally the only person that she's named in this whole video, this whole live stream, is Sykkuno.
And are looking for...
When there were several more people involved that have gone public, if they have chosen to go public, what is your problem with naming them? It just confuses everybody.
Answers in the wrong places.
And she should know this because she's been part of controversies before. Like, leaving it out in the open for people to interpret is just not a good idea.
And I think it would do a lot of good if people hopped off online.
Hey, Sally.
And
it's a good... so in the end, she says it's a good idea for people to hop offline because I'm doing it and you should do it too. This is getting too real for everybody. You're getting too involved, guys.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I've been offline for the most part, and I hope you guys can follow suit. I highly recommend it. And yeah, I just wanted to clear that up since my name is mentioned in the doc, but if you did read it, I just got the girls in contact with each
And you shared screenshots.
other. Thank you.
You shared, you gave advice. It's looking shady. You start this live stream saying that a girl reached out, then later you call her a friend, then you decide to not name everybody, but you name Sykkuno. It just doesn't look good, girl. And you've been in this industry for years now. I don't know how long. You should know better than this.
Just be safe and just...
Right, well, that's that. That's that, guys. I need popcorn. Hello. That was all of it. That was the whole extent of her response to this controversy. Now, obviously, people have some things to say about it. Let's see. No. No. We ain't doing that. Whose opinion do we want on the matter? Oh, this guy. I'm not sure I want his opinion on the matter. This is the guy that we watched a video from him yesterday. I think we already watched this actually. He's actually not reacted yet, has he? Hey, Tiba. Let's see if he actually reacted to Bao's reaction, because it doesn't seem like... Okay, 1 hour ago. Let's see.
And welcome to another brand new video on this whole Sykkuno situation. Now, as you guys can probably go and tell by maybe the video title or thumbnail, Bao, the VTuber, Bao the whale, actually did go on her Twitch stream and did like a 10-minute long video addressing the whole situation. Now, I already saw this, and I'm going to go...
The reason why I like to hear other people's opinion on it, because they may have more context or history or a pattern of behavior, right? I'm kind of new to a lot of these people, so I can only really comment on what I see and what I hear. And we did just end up commenting on how I feel about Bao's words. But then again, I wasn't 100% into the Cinder drama either, so I don't know what Bao's involvement in that was either. So I do like to hear other people's opinions. especially not just one but several people's opinions, because they might know more about the situation than I do.
I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts because I'm extremely.
And this guy specifically he's admitted to not being a fan of Bao, right? So he's going to have a very strong opinion against Bao. So it's good to know that before we listen to him speak.
Extremely disappointed in how she handled this entire situation. Now, if you guys, I'm going to try to maybe high level some of this stuff because there's a lot, but I'm going to hopefully be able to go prove my case here. I'm going to be a lot more stern on this whole Bao person. Now, anyone who might.
Maybe we're not going to listen to you then. Maybe we're not going to listen to you. Streamer friend's reaction to Sykkuno scandal. Okay, let's see. This was 5 days ago, so never mind. We want Bao's response in any reaction. 5 days ago, 4 hours ago.
And she asked.
Bao was mainly the poster child, but her reaction to Cinder's return shows that she either knew they were lying or didn't care. Dude, the fact that if it's true that after Cinder's 1,000 pages document, all these other people involved decided not to react to that, it's kind of suspicious, right? So at that point, are you giving the win to Cinder, you know?
Asked if a tweet I made last year was about, you know, it's a lot, especially in a short amount of time. And she shared with me that I'm
coming out, and I don't know, I've been pretty angry at, and of course, yeah, the kind of main problem that people.
So this was the tweet that they were referring to that Bao made last year.
Heard was the fact that she hadn't talked about it despite a lot of this kind of stuff that has come out, as well as her being involved in the Google Doc itself too. So again, a lot of people have been not so happy about that, and just kind of trying to understand that, as well as a lot of the kind of backlash that's been coming out about you know, the girlfriend not being kind of told about the video and the Google Doc that was coming out. And I don't know, Bao never really clarified whether she knew a Google Doc was coming out or whether she knew that this was going to happen and come out publicly. From what it seems like, she didn't. But of course, she hasn't actually clarified that. So I'd like some clarification on that, maybe whether you know she knew that this was going to happen, she knew this was going to go public or not. But yeah, it is very, very interesting.
It is also an interesting question to try to know if Bao knew that the document was coming out, because the girlfriend is saying that she got blindsided with this coming out.
Right, but that is essentially all she had to say.
And if the girlfriend was indeed a friend of Bao's, then if she had known the doc was coming out, and especially since it includes one of her screenshots that only Bao could have provided, it's starting to look a bit, it looks bad. And the fact that she doesn't address those details specifically is not great.
In response to a lot of the stuff that's been going on, I assume it was kind of brought up due to the amount of backlash that she got on this one post here for her sponsored Crunchyroll post, because of course, yeah, as I said, she had to lock replies. I'm pretty sure she locked replies from the beginning, and of course there's been a lot of quote retweets of people saying you know, they locked replies and things like that, which has been quite funny. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this situation. Just kind of want to keep you guys up to date on what is going on.
All right, so that wasn't much. You're live early. I know, Asifu, it was so early. I'll be live later too, but I wanted to jump on this, you know? I feel that responsibility of a drama commentator, especially when it comes to, like, I think this is the first drama that we cover while it's happening. So I have that extra responsibility of like, ooh, you guys should hear about this. You know? Okay, I don't know who this person is, but let's see.
Bao knew about the infidelity for months. Oh shit, actually, let's talk about the Bao thing.
Bao knew the infidelity for months. Yes, she did. And that also makes me think, like, why did you wait for this person to reach out to you to ask about that tweet being about her boyfriend? Especially if it seems like you guys were friends, and then you all of a sudden come out and give all kinds of advice about their relationship when you weren't really letting her know before that there were all these other people flirting with her boyfriend. There's some strange things here that are not being addressed.
Thing first. So Bao actually, again, Bao responded to this, or at least was defending herself from all of this. exactly what she's going to say, but I actually even said this on stream last time too, but I feel like Bao's involvement here was very minimal. Like, I'm so sorry, I know this is again the unpopular opinion, but I feel like Bao...
I feel like she's trying to tell us that her involvement was very minimal, but I feel like if Mujin were to come out with DMs, because I don't know how close these people are, right? But there's communication between all these people, and it would actually matter to see what their involvement is in those DMs, how far they go with sharing information that they've heard. Like, the fact that she's shared that screenshot that only Bao could have shared is it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Especially if the girlfriend was who she had the most responsibility to, since she is calling her a friend.
Bao's involvement in all of this does not warrant the backlash that she got.
Maybe not. I'll give you that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because there's a lot of the things that Bao is saying that she did in terms of getting the girlfriend in contact with the different girls. Like, that sort of, and then backing off, right? Not actually being part of those conversations. Like, I agree with doing that. Like, I understand that that can seem like the right call in her position. And I'm not 100% against that.
Because I think all Bao did was just connect the two together. But I don't think she had any hand in, like, the actual release of the doc and how it was all framed. Right? Like, Bao,
I don't know if that's true, because the thing is, Bao is very much involved simply because, if not simply because, when Hemomal reached out and told Bao and mods or whatever about the fact that she had a date coming up with Sykkuno, she very much got involved and said, wait a minute, you're having a date with this guy, but this guy is actually trying to repair his relationship with his girlfriend after knowing about these other girls that he's been flirting with. So what's going on here? Yes, you very much got involved. You know, you gave your opinion. You reached out to the girlfriend. You connected people. That is very actively being involved. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to gamble on the idea that Bao didn't say framed this person as a predator or whatever.
I don't know if that's true, because I don't know how she framed it exactly. Maybe she didn't use the word predator, which is probably good, because there have been very negative reactions to the word predator. But she did frame him as, yo, be careful. This is a guy that's going to take advantage of smaller content creators. So maybe not use that word, but she definitely warned people about him.
Right? And shit like that. No. Frame this person as a life-ruining piece of shit. No. Like, I don't think Bao had any hand of that. I know that's the unpopular opinion, but like...
There's also a difference between keeping things private, which seems to have been Bao's intention, by the way. She kept everything private. She didn't... Her first move when she knew about this was not to tell the world or make a Google Doc, right? Especially since she wasn't a victim. So her first reaction was not to seek clout for this. So that is something that we're not seeing everybody do. There's a lot of people involved here who are quick to make things public. And those intentions, you can clearly see the intentions behind things like that. It's not, you can't always think, oh, these people are making a Google Doc because they want to warn other victims. They want this guy to come public and apologize and maybe do better. But of course, we see other consequences, like them having a lot more visibility all of a sudden, getting a lot more subscribers, getting a lot more money. And a lot of people are desperate and trying to find ways to get there. And this should not be a way to get there, but it does seem to be a path people take for visibility, which is, that's gross. That's gross.
Like, that's genuinely what I think. I think she did. I think we all have to acknowledge that she is involved in this, but I think her involvement is not...
I think intention matters, and from what I can understand, Bao was not one to come out and give her opinion really quickly, like a lot of other streamers did. So I can kind of respect that. At the same time, if we go to her Twitter, we do see a lot of retweets of other people doing that. So I do see her clear intention to try to stay out of it. But we can't know what her involvement was behind all the tweets and behind closed doors, right? But I can respect that she was trying to keep it private and that she wasn't looking for clout in the middle of this.
Not something that can warrant the backlash that she's receiving for this specific circumstance. Let's go play it again.
In confidence with me, I got her in contact with girls who were affected by this person.
Yes.
To share their experiences with her one-on-one. At that point, I just got them in contact with each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too.
After our phone call, I don't know what was divulged between.
And I also think it's worth a second look at Bao's actions, just because this is not the first time she's involved in drama, right?
The conversations between her and the other girls.
Sometimes you are like, since she is so popular, she does hear accounts of several people all the time. I can imagine that there's a possibility that she's just like wrong time, wrong place often. But I personally don't, I can't make that conclusion yet.
Was more so focused on her safety. She shared with me that she was wanting to move out that week. Helped me a lot.
Just asking her how to move.
At a time, I'm sure.
To a certain extent. Obviously not, I'm sure that they didn't plan it that deeply, but like, at least like there was a foot in the door about her moving out or whatever. Then she talks to Sykkuno, her boyfriend. And then all of a sudden she changes her mind. Wow.
I would love to hear the girlfriend talk about this. Like, actually, like, even if she doesn't want to show herself, like, hear her voice, hear her accounts of everything that's happening, right? Because there are a lot of people that are genuinely concerned with her when she knows about all the things that her boyfriend's been up to and still decides to stay after all of it. Knowing that she is depressed and struggling with mental health, like, all that stuff does make a lot of people concerned. And so hearing her point of view only through Sykkuno's account is, yeah, it makes you wonder, well, how is she actually feeling? Of course, if she's not a content creator, then we don't want to force her to go public when she's not comfortable to. But it does make you wonder, like, how is she actually feeling? If you get involved in a situation that blows up this much, this quick, you have to come out as soon as you can and tell people your part before the conspiracy spirals out of control. Yes, and when you do, maybe don't be super cryptic about who you're talking about and name only the bad guy and everything, which is Sykkuno, right? The fact that she starts this whole 10-minute perspective and doesn't name any names is, I really can't. I don't like that.
Wow. Like again, like, you know, bro is a manipulator, okay? Like, we can't deny that bro is a manipulator or a gaslighter or whatever.
I like how he says manipulator.
But goddamn, his skills must be intense. Bro put the Deku voice on her and he just folded. She just folded, rather.
Bro put the Deku voice on and she folded. You're funny. Okay, but like, if they've been dating for like 5 years at this point, then maybe the girlfriend doesn't want to throw it all away and maybe she wants to try to salvage the relationship. Yes, but like, she was ready to leave after knowing that there were a lot of girls that that Sykkuno was talking about, you know?
Also,
I don't know what to say. I don't know the playbook.
She was ready to leave, and then she decided not to leave, and then she found out about other girls, even though they were supposedly repairing their relationship, so he already lied. That implies that he already lied when they were repairing the relationship and he was still talking to other girls that she didn't know about. So maybe he stopped talking to the girls that she did know about, but continued talking to the girls she didn't know about. Like, it's just not... It's not sincere, and she decides to stay with that person, you know?
To help her out.
Obviously, none of us have anything to do with that. It's her choice. But it just concerns me, knowing what depression feels like, knowing what it is to be like the whole dynamic of being dependent on someone. It sucks. It sucks, and I wish I could hear her a bit more than the account that we have so far.
A very difficult situation, but it was, there was nothing anyone could really do. It was her decision.
I mean, be a slut, go out there, be a slut, but maybe don't be in a committed relationship, monogamous relationship, just be a slut. Be as slutty as you want. I will not condemn you. I will not judge you, but just don't be in a monogamous relationship at the same time.
And
that's it.
Yes.
I think the only thing I could do at that point was respect it and left it at that.
I don't know why this speed is 1.25. It should be 30. Okay, this is like shortly after Sykkuno's girlfriend came out and stopped talking to her. Hi, Bao. Oh, wait. Does Bao, pull up the whole tweet? Helpful for me to go. Of Sykkuno. I wonder what it was.
Did what I could. Boundaries. With...
Hemamal. Hemamal,
For her.
Yes. Was planning a date and was planning to fuck literally a couple minutes after she saw that. It's like, yeah, you get alarmed because that gives you the impression that Sykkuno is not gonna change, which is, in my opinion, true. I do think Sykkuno will not learn from this. I think that bro is still gonna hit up VTubers. I do think that some cheaters will change. They cheat once or twice, but then they never again after they see the extent of the heart.
You guys make me sick with the drama. Bao should never stream again. It will be so good for her. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of times where Bao can stream without any drama, right? I think I'll probably even go as far as saying that when you are as big as Bao is, it's hard to not be involved in drama, because if you want to try to do the right thing all the time, you are going to end up being involved in drama, right? So if that is the case, then I can kind of see that happening to Bao. There's probably ways to stream without being involved in drama, and that's probably the way that she should keep it up. I don't think she should leave the internet entirely. I think her suggestion at the end of her live stream to say that people should disconnect sometimes is a very good idea. People should disconnect sometimes, because this internet stuff, it gets really intense and you get involved and you can't seem to put your feet back on the ground. And so it's good to get out and disconnect sometimes. It gives you renewed perspective on things, that it makes you look at things more healthier, right? But obviously, if this is her job, she can't just not. There's just always ways to stream and make content that keep you away from the drama.
Harm that they've caused, but I feel like because Sykkuno has been doing this for a decade, it's gonna take him another decade, or at least a half a decade, for him to actually change things. I am sorry, that kind of behavior, those sort of habits,
there would need to be intention to change, and the fact that they were trying to repair their relationship from the perspective of the girlfriend, and all of a sudden it turns out that he was still talking to all these girls at the same time while they were repairing their relationship. That just means that he wasn't for real, that he wasn't taking it seriously. So why are you going to believe 2 minutes later that all of a sudden he is being serious? That's not how that works.
Habits do not just go.
You gotta show intention, you gotta show remorse, and he clearly didn't.
Away after one cancellation attempt. I refuse to believe that he can just go out of it cold turkey.
Right.
Yeah.
Went back to the girlfriend and told her, hey,
So Sykkuno is 34 years old, and I don't know how old the girlfriend is, but we do know that a lot of these girls that he flirts with online are early 20s.
Do you know anything about this VTuber?
Yes.
She said no, and I told her, I really think you should ask your boyfriend to see his DMs with her, and decide for yourself, is he really being honest with you? And I'm still talking.
Oh, hi, Rima.
Make the right time.
I actually agree with her here. Yeah. Like, at the very least, because your girl, Sykkuno's girlfriend was her friend, connect the both of them. That was, I think I would do the same. In Bao's shoes, I would do the same.
This is where I don't disagree with Bao's actions. I think if I were in that situation and I knew about things, I wouldn't want to tell them from my perspective because it's none of my business. I would connect the people who are involved. So it does make sense. I don't disagree with that move.
Of course.
There's a lot of things in Bao's decisions and actions that make me think, okay, she's not trying to take advantage of the situation and actually trying to do this good thing, the right thing, you know?
She just needed to be smarter about it. But yes.
Well as a lot of other people that this guy's kind of just, he's no good. And I felt that.
Same content house? Yes.
Like, not really content.
It was obvious that was what happened. But at the same time, because of like how Bao gets into these things a lot, I understand why like there's a lot of presumptions about how deeply involved she actually was.
And the thing as well, right? It makes us wonder how the conversations are going behind the scenes, because we see Hemomal, for example. We see Hemomal come out and say, I care about the girlfriend so much, and that's the only person I care about. And then apparently she didn't even warn her about the Google Doc coming out, even though they were in contact. Muji knew. Muji knew that the Google Doc was coming out. He was ready with the video to be the first one to cover this drama, right? But the own girlfriend who Hemomal supposedly cared about so much didn't know about the Google Doc coming out? I mean, come on now. Who do you actually care about? Yourself, that's who. And the fact that we have screenshots of Hemomal involved in another controversy with another big male VTuber, and she's like laughing in the back like, oh my god, haha, can you believe this is happening? While at the same time saying, oh, I'm so moral high ground. I hate cheating, I hate lying, blah, blah, blah. But then she's laughing in the background, right? So these kind of actions and these kind of attitudes in the background do tell us that these people are, you know, they're having fun with the situation. They're not distraught. They're not feeling sad for the person who is hurting the most, which is the girlfriend, right? Who's the person being cheated on? Like, it makes you wonder about these people's personality and the persona that they're putting on for the world to see.
But I did because, well, it seemed like
she's again, yeah.
Girls work with each. My biggest, this guy pretty much.
Sounds good. Go watch some stuff. I'll see you later.
Mention any more ocean placed offline, and
okay, this backlash that she got, I think she felt she needed to respond to this is because of like the immense backlash that she got, especially after like this. Okay, so yesterday, Bao made this tweet basically promoting.
From one cheating incident, a strong relationship maybe can be recovered from, but bro banging who knows how many of these crazy chicks for years now. That's the thing though. If it's one incident and it was a weak moment and whatever, maybe you can recover from that, like you said. But there's so much intent. There's so much manipulation. There's so much using your reputation for toxic like encounters. There's so much like intent behind every action with these other girls, and that's where you can see this is just not a good guy, and he needs. If he were to eventually finally realize the bad stuff he's done and actually felt remorse and wanted to change, it would still take a while for anyone to actually believe that he changed, right? It takes time. So I don't know. If I was this girl, I would not want to be there with this guy, especially if you've been in a relationship and you're depressed and things are not being worked on, and this guy was like traveling and banging chick. Like, come on. But yeah, it's her decision, nobody else's.
Promoting the Crunchyroll Awards, right? Or whatever. I think it was the Crunchyroll. Yeah, it was this one. And she locked the replies, as you can see. So, oh, we can't see it. Yeah, here we go. You see it now. She locked the replies.
The thing is, so people are criticizing Bao for making a tweet about her sponsorships. Like her life goes on, okay? She's still a content creator, still doing her job at the end of the day. I don't think we can criticize her for doing her job. Maybe people would have wanted her to respond or say something instead of making a sponsorship tweet, but like, dude, you can't blame someone for doing their job at the end of the day.
But when you look at the retweets, there's a lot of people that are very angry at Bao. Because they think that Bao is like super involved with the whole document thing. And you know, also a lot, I guess part of like the entire narrative is that
the thing is too, right? When you're a bigger content creator and your name gets mentioned and you're literally continuously retweeting about the drama, but you're not giving your opinion, it is a little suspicious. Like there is a point when you have so many people watching your every move that you have some responsibility to speak your mind, to let people know how you feel about the situation, what your involvement is, lay certain doubts to rest. Like, yeah. If you're profiting off of having such a large audience, at some point you do have responsibility to them, to be clear.
Why would Bao be like promoting something that's like controversial while also being participating of something that's also controversial? But again, I really Bao's not really part of this the same way a lot of people do think. She's not necessarily washing her hands off of it, but like she's defending herself and like the extent of like her involvement. Did you see Bao's Discord post about that tweet? No, I don't think I have. Just so everyone knows, I have a team of people who schedule content and sponsor posts for me so that I'm 100%.
And then there's that, right? A lot of these bigger creators are not even writing their own tweets. I mean, Bao is literally saying, I haven't logged on in months and will continue my streak. Like, yeah. At some point, you give this job to somebody else. So, although... wait a minute. Okay, wait. So, yes, I understand that you would be hands off and that she hasn't logged on in months. But then who is retweeting the controversy? Is that also your people? Because throughout the whole thing, you have been retweeting Nami, retweeting someone else talking about Sykkuno. You're retweeting Mujin's video. You're retweeting Hemomal's Google Doc. Like, I'm sorry. Is your team also doing that? Wait. Okay, so you wanna escape accountability by saying that someone else is on your account and you haven't logged in for months. But then you're also retweeting every step from every person who is exposing Sykkuno specifically. You're not retweeting both sides. You're not retweeting neutral opinions. You are retweeting people that are against Sykkuno. How can you then say that, oh, I'm hands off? At least you're responsible for the person you're putting behind your account, right? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel a bit sus about that.
100% hands off unless I have a specific request. I haven't logged in on months and will continue my streak. Good for her. So I guess it's not her that like posted the tweet or like that locked the replies and stuff. It was her team.
Yeah, but what about everything? I don't know, guys. I don't know about that one. That one kind of got me. All right, guys. So we're actually going to end it here. because I want to do a quick stream on Bao's response, maybe see a few opinions here and there. But that's going to be it for now, because later today at about 6 p.m., we're going to have another stream, probably with a checking in on the situation with everything. So yeah, I'll see you guys later at around 6 or 7 p.m. EST, okay? Keep that in mind. I'm probably not going to be able to schedule a stream right away. This is me responding to your response. I'm probably not going to be scheduling right away, but do keep in mind, stream later at 6 or 7 p.m. EST. A little Vixie fight at noon. Yes, exactly. I hope you guys liked it. Maybe it's her manager who really hates him. Yeah, but then if you put this person behind the Twitter account, you are also responsible because you put that person there. You know, you gave that responsibility to them. So I don't know. I don't think she can entirely say, "Oh, whoopsie, I'm not on the account. It's not my problem. It's your name. It's still your reputation. It's your links on that account." So I'm sorry. You can't just say, "Oop, not my problem." Because it is you after all, you know? Fun little coverage. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later. Again, 6 or 7 p.m. Let's go see if we can redirect to somebody. I never stream at this time, so let's see. Who's on? Who's on? We got Ruby. We got Ashes to Ashes. When is she going on? We'll have to do that another time. So let's go say hi to Ruby. Bye, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget, we have a Discord. Everyone's welcome to join. We talk about these things kinds all the time. So, bye.